He keeps trying to fight, but he's incoherent. He's out of his wits, but he still wants to fight. That's how Errol was. He was under something, but he still wanted to fight. So I'm saying I want to see Errol at 100%.
Okay.
Fight Bud.
Well, that's a bad analogy because I think we.
No, it's not. It's only bad because I'm saying it.
No. It's not. Really
not a bad analogy. I've seen guys under the influence getting whipped on and didn't want to stop fighting.
We've seen on the show Cops and other programs where a guy's under the influence of some type of drug, and he ain't gonna stop coming. He's the one that can fight for hours, fight for days. He's not getting his butt beat. He's going at it. So I mean,
I don't think it ain't no alcohol. He probably have some PCP.
Well, he said under the influence. So
yeah, different things influence you different ways. It's just kind of like
drinking, smoking, whatever.
Yeah.
You guys think that during the fight that Errol Spence was saying to himself, "This ain't the real Crawford. Like, who is this dude?" Do you guys think that?
I think he was like, man, no, I think he was thinking, man, I messed up. I don't know why did I take what I took or whoever did something to me. Why I'm even in this fight with
why
this
did
dude.
I take this oath?
Yeah. So even if so say like this, let's say if this is a scenario that Terence Crawford ain't never took no roids or been suspect of taking no roids or dealing with nobody that distributed PEDs, undetectable PEDs to fighters. Even if all that's true, the way Errol Spence came in that fight, he was gonna lose anyway. He lost before he even got in the ring. That's the thing. He lost before he got in the ring.
With all of your contacts and your your notoriety, have you heard anything behind the scenes of what actually happened before the fight? Has anybody given you anything?
We're not gonna hear it. They're not gonna say anything.
Okay. No,
what they saying? Like Floyd got this is a guy who I'm doing my Ross Media stuff and do all the TMT hats and all this stuff and jogging suit stuff. He said that Errol Spence was weight drained. That had to, but he's not a boxing coach. He never coached nobody, trained nobody to get no fight, so he don't actually know. But this is just what he's saying that he's hearing. A lot of people is blaming it on being weight drained, but they never said that Deontay Wilder was weight drained when he came in looking like how Spence looked, and Deontay Wilder was like 20 pounds heavier than he came in the previous fight. You see what I'm saying?
Do you think Fury cheated?
Yeah, he cheated. Talking about that, I think he cheated. I know he cheated for a fact.
No, I'm asking Moss.
I thought you said Ross.
No, I said Moss.
I think that Fury's gloves are highly suspicious. Just like I said it before he came on today. I think Terence Crawford's gloves are highly suspicious. So
you didn't think Fury's power was highly suspicious? You didn't think the way he was coming at Wilder was highly suspicious?
Do I think Fury was on some type of like supplement?
No, I'm asking, do you think he cheated? Like, do you think he was, like, how far over the extent of cheating do you think that Fury went
Listen,
through?
I think the gloves were questionable, but other than that, no, because I picked Fury.
Oh, my God.
Bro, she asked me a question, man. This is crazy, man. Listen, I think that Fury is a better boxer than Deontay Wilder, period. And I told myself, if Wilder don't knock him out, he can't win the fight. And so
being a better boxer than Wilder does not mean anything.
Okay, check this out.
Who won the first fight?
Did Wilder actually knock him out?
Yes.
2 fights?
Yes. No. One fight. The first fight.
2. He knocked him out. The second fight
was questionable. The first fight.
The third fight.
10-round count.
So he didn't knock him out. Them two fights.
He knocked him out in the first fight when the ref didn't count that 10 count on time. We in the 10th round. We agree on that.
So in the second fight, it wasn't a delayed 10 count neither. You don't believe?
No, I think the second fight was.
I mean the third fight. The third fight was a long count.
Oh yeah. Because the second fight it was drugged.
Exactly.
Drugged. Yeah, I forgot about that. I knew it was one of them. I know there's too many of them to tell you the truth. After he cleared him that first fight,
but didn't Tyson Fury get caught cheating before he fought Wilder?
Plenty of times.
Right. Yeah. So
several times.
Yeah. So guess what? So if that's the case, then we should always question Fury. Point. Period. But with Terence though, Terence ain't never been caught cheating, so I have to give Terence the benefit of the doubt. Whereas I can't give it to Tyson. I could give it to Crawford, but I can't give it to Tyson. until Crawford gets busted, I'm giving Terrence the benefit of the doubt. That's just me.
Okay. Well, everybody entitled to their own opinion.
I think he's busted just by working with the guy. He busted right then and there.
Yep, by association.
Yep. And then at this point, even if he get away from the guy, you dig what I'm saying? That don't mean he's not dealing with him. You dig what I'm saying?
Hey Moss, how many times did you watch that Porter Crawford fight?
The Porter Crawford fight, honestly, I watched it like 3 times.
Okay. Did you feel as though Porter was kind of missing punches on purpose?
No, because I've seen Porter come in sloppy like a running back and throw that sloppy overhand left, overhand right. Whereas Porter's head is down when he's throwing, and so he's gonna miss punches. And to be fair, it's gonna look like he's missing on purpose, but in reality, that's just who he is to me. I mean, that's just my honest opinion.
Okay. I mean, because to me, I watched it again, and I'm like, dang, it looked like Porter could have landed that.
Yeah, but Porter goes with his head down, which I don't understand. Like Porter gets low to the ground, and he kind of tilts left or right, and he throws that wild overhand left or right, and so I don't think Porter throws punches correctly. Like he's very awkward in throwing, especially in the inside coming forward. So no, I mean I don't think he missed on purpose, but he's just sloppy in my opinion. He's just a sloppy fighter.
And you know it's so crazy because Kenny Porter teach them how to fight the right way, bro. That's just Sean's style. The way Kenny teach them how to, that's the crazy thing about it. I'm talking about that's the crazy thing about it. Kenny Porter teaches them like the real fundamental.
Kenny's a great trainer. He's a great trainer.
Well, Sean said
Sean's style is just
Kenny.
I think Kenny should go work with Spence, actually.
Well, Sean Porter said that his brother Kenny, his younger brother, was his brother Kenny, who's taller. I guess Big Kenny, Little Kenny. Big Kenny had to show his brother, who's taller, how to fight, like using a jab movement, like more of a traditional, fighter. Whereas Sean was shorter. And so he says that he had to teach Sean how to be more aggressive, but even though he always incorporated both styles with both of his kids. And I agree. I think Kenny is a great trainer. I think he's a great trainer. And I think Kenny going and working with Sean and Kenny in the training camp is not a bad idea at all. I think that's an awesome idea, honestly.
Yeah, he a bad trainer. I ain't gonna lie. That dude's something else. Just that don't let a piece of sweat jump up on him because he might knock out the boxer. That's the only thing I gotta say about Kenny. Kenny could train. Oh, for real. He could train. I was in camp with him right, and there was this one fighter that was whooping on the other fighter. So I started telling the other fighter what to do, and he started getting up with homie ass. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Kenny was like, "Hey, Ross, man, be a cameraman."
Oh, he didn't like that. Yeah,
no, he ain't like that.
Yeah.
No, and Sean for Fight Hype, he was there too, and I'm like, "Hey, man, look here. This how dude fight. Just keep him at the end of that jab, man. Just every time when he throw them hands down, he disrespecting you. You know how they had their guards up and they put their hands down? I say time him. Every time he drop his hands down and look at you, hit him in his mouth, man. I would just tell him just little things because dude just dropping his hands in front of him, and then the other guy wasn't doing nothing, and then dude just beating him up. I say every time he drop him down and look at you, hit him and just hit him, just jab him and turn him.
I have to correct something I said. I don't want Sean Porter inside of Spence camp because that's not how Terrence.
That's Sean Porter, Kenny Porter.
Yeah. No. I said Sean on accident.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, no. Keep Sean away from Spence's training camp. But I want Kenny to go there and influence Spence on some training, some conditioning, and to me, his feet. I think Spence's feet can be a lot better. I think Spence needs to learn how to turn fighters more because once Spence throws,
turning the mess out of Sean Porter. What are you talking about?
No. Well, hold on. Listen. He can turn because he did it a little bit in one fight. Doesn't mean that he is good at it. He needs to keep working on it because inside the Crawford fight, he needs to make Crawford turn him and make Crawford reset. He wasn't doing that, and so because he did it versus Sean Porter, which I agree with on certain occasions, he needs to do it consistently with Terrence. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, hey, y'all take care of the moderating and all that real quick. I gotta go warm me up some chicken in the microwave. I've been down here 2.5 hours, Jay. So, y'all go and do your thing. I'll be right back.
Miss Lady, do you agree that because they said that Spence don't need a plan B? Do you agree with that? Do you agree with that statement that he does not need a plan B?
I will say that he hasn't needed a plan B, but I mean, of course, all fighters would need a plan B, but he hasn't needed a plan B. So
that's what I say.
I don't think that the issue is Spence's style or his plan. I really think he was unable to perform how he normally performs. Am I saying if he was able to perform how he normally performed, he would have won? No, I'm not. But he would have been 1,000% more competitive. Okay. And for people to keep saying they don't want to see the rematch and what can he do and it's a skill gap and all of that, like the fact that y'all are even saying that should let y'all know that it's a problem. Nobody is like, oh, well, we need another fight. Spence ain't look right. Everybody's like, Spence is that terrible. Like the man didn't run through 147 and get 3 belts against higher level competition in the division. There's nobody over at top rank that Spence could have fought that was better than Sean Porter, Ugas, Kell Brook. Who?
Yeah, but they got some common names on their resume. I mean, Ugas is probably one of the rare ones that they, I mean, other than Ugas, Danny Garcia, who else? I mean, only those 2 fighters that I can think of. Terrence didn't fight that Spence fought, and Garcia ain't nothing special. Now, I like Ugas, but he's flat-footed, he's plotty, and he'll stand right in front of you. And so, I mean, it was hard for me to gauge.
So Bud ducked him twice. So what? Ugas is flat-footed. But
that's your problem in boxing.
Ugas called him out twice.
And
I can forward you the links. And
so
Bud didn't even answer.
Just because Ugas called him out means that he ducked him?
Yeah, because he had an opportunity to fight him. He could have fought him.
Fighters call boxers out all the time.
No, I'm talking about.
So, Moss, you can't agree that when Crawford fight these people, he doesn't have some type of advantage.
Right.
Like, you disagree with that?
No. Well,
like if we run down, like I'm for real. I'm not hating on Crawford. I'm a fan. That's why I know all the man business. If we run down Crawford's resume with his top competition, you can see that he fought these people when they were at tough times in their life, after injuries or very long layoffs.
And they were no longer champions.
Okay, so some fighters that Spence fought, they were no longer champions. I mean, what are we saying there? And to answer your question directly, yeah, I mean, maybe it's one big coincidence that has happened. Maybe the fighters that he's fought are coming off life-altering situations. I can agree with that, and that does affect, your training, your sparring, etc. Listen, me and you agree on that, but in the sport of boxing, once you enter into the square circle, all those things are kind of thrown out because it's go time. So,
and I agree with that, but we're labeling this guy as the best fighter on the planet when you've been strategically fighting these fighters to have them on your resume. That's the only point that I'm making. There was no strategic. Matter of fact, when Kell Brook was hurt, Spence sat out and waited for him to fully recover before he fought him. He didn't try to hurry up and fight him. He waited.
Right. He waited 9 months.
So when Crawford fought Kell Brook, I mean, what happened to him before he fought?
Kell Brook was on cocaine. He was coming down from weight. He was at a hard time in his life, and that's why he fought him, because of that.
So are we saying that
Crawford uses these fighters' lifestyles against them and fights them at strategic moments in their career? And that's the truth. Just look at the evidence.
Kell Brook said that he didn't train for that fight. He just lost weight for it.
So
Kell Brook's trainer didn't even want to train him for the fight. Kell Brook, original trainer didn't even want to train him for that fight. He got a trainer off of IG. And he said this himself in an interview.
You're right. I remember that.
He said this himself in an interview.
Can the same thing be said for Spence then? That Spence had the car accident, a drinking problem. So Crawford fought Spence when Spence was going through a lot, right? Is that fair?
No,
Yes.
let me counter that.
Listen, Moss. Crawford, wait, let me say this. Wait, Moss, let me say this.
Yes.
Moss, Crawford did not say spin the block to Spence until he got into that last accident. Then he hopped on Twitter talking about spin the block. And I said, watch, Crawford gonna fight him now. Lo and behold, he hopped on Twitter talking about spin the block.
All right.
I got a question for Mr. Moss.
Yeah, I know you do. Go ahead.
I bet you do. When Errol had the car accident and he had the eye surgery,
yeah,
that is about that's like 2 years out of boxing, correct? Almost 2.
At one point, he was inactive for what, 26 months, I believe, something like that.
Okay.
24 months.
Okay. Great. Now, how come Bud didn't fight any of those champions then before Spence got those belts?
Can you name the fighters that you're referring to?
He did not fight. He didn't fight Ugas. He didn't fight Porter. He didn't fight Brooks. He didn't fight none of those dudes. Even after Errol took Brooks' belt, he could have had a chance to fight a bunch of fighters already for vacant belts and the ones who was holding them, and he didn't do it.
Well, okay, cool. That's because boxers are divas. They got egos. And listen, me and you agree on that. I thought Terence should have been more aggressive in that time frame, fighting fighters. He was being a diva. He was picking. He was choosing. Listen, we agree on that. But guess what? All boxers do that. So to me, listen. I don't look at it like that. I don't look at it like that.
Errol didn't do that, bro. Errol fought whoever had the belt when they were available.
Well,
there was no strategizing.
Errol Spence
There was no matchmaking.
Okay, that's fine. Errol Spence might be one of the few boxers in today's era who doesn't do it. Okay, cool. But we know the consensus